All right, guys, we're going to go over our warm-up. Looking at number 1, it says write an expression to represent a product of a number b and 24. So we have b and 24, and product means we got to multiply. So our expression would be 24 times b. Looking at number 2, it says express the ratio in 3 different ways. Out of a dozen donuts, 7 had sprinkles. So they want us to write a ratio. Out of a dozen donuts, there's 7. So a dozen means 12. So we could represent this as a fraction, 7 over 12. Or we could represent it 7 to 12. Or we can represent it 7 colon 12. Looking at number 3, it says solve. We have 3 over 4 divided by 2 over 8. We are dividing, so we got to use the term KCF, which means keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep our first fraction, which is 3 over 4. We are going to change our operation from division to multiplication. And then we got to flip our last fraction. So instead of 2 over 8, we now have 8 over 2. Now we just have to multiply across. 3 times 8 equals 24. And 4 times 2 equals 8. And now we got to divide. 8 goes into 24 3 times. So your answer is 3. Looking at number 4, it says write a greater than or less than to make each statement true. Use the number line for help. So we have, is 8 greater than or less than 2? So we have our 0 right here. So 0 is right here in the middle. And 8 is right here. And negative 2 is right here. And it's better to be on the right-hand side of the 0. So 8 is going to be greater than negative 2. Looking at negative 3 and negative 4, we have negative 3 right here and negative 4 right here. It's better to be closer to 0 than it is to be further away from 0 when it comes to the negative side. So we're going to say negative 3 is greater than negative 4. Looking at negative 10, which is right here, and negative 8, which is right here. Again, it is better to be closer to 0 when it comes to negative numbers on a negative number line. So our expression is going to represent that negative 10 is less than negative 8. Looking at 4 and negative 10, which is all the way down here, it's better to have $4 than negative $10. So we're going to represent this as 4 is greater than negative 10. And lastly, we're going to look at 7 and negative 3. 7 is right here, and negative 3 is right here. And we're trying to find out if 7 is greater than or less than negative 3. And 7 is going to be greater than negative 3 because it is on the right-hand side of the number line. And it's always better to be on the right-hand side of the number line.